What's a profession you'd never date? An underrated one is chef. You'll have this vision in your head of them cooking you gourmet meals every night. That's not remotely how it goes. First of all, they almost always work at night, and on weekends since that's when people go to restaurants. At home, they tend to make the most basic crap. The job is super stressful, so they're on edge a lot, and there's a ton of drug usage and alcoholism among chefs. You want someone who can cook, but doesn't do it for a living. I'm a paleontologist. Field work takes me away for months at a time. The museum pay is awful. We've had multiple cross-country moves. My spouse is a trooper. But the majority of my colleagues are divorced or on their way there. Certain surgeons, from what I've heard, certain specialties, basically have to sacrifice their lives for their careers. I couldn't deal with a person spending 80-hour weeks in the hospital. But much respect to those people who have that sort of dedication and passion for their work and helping others. Influencer. Stand-up comic. Good Lord. The worst dating and relationship stories I know are from friends who dated comics. Far too many view stand-up as a replacement for therapy. Honestly, as someone in the Army, I'm surprised nurse is being said more than Army. Like we have a saying that anything that's being told to you, no matter how obvious, is because someone did it. The most common brief we get before holidays and long weekends is, don't beat your wife, don't add or take away from the population. 99% of the women I've friends with that have dated cops have had serious, dangerous problems with them. And their buddies. Police officer. Astronaut. Can't get a day off. Everything is time-sensitive or critical. Can't be more long distance than this. Hates flying during off days. Anyone in impact sports. The CTE factor is way too high for my sensibilities. Managing someone physically larger and much stronger through disability, dementia, and death would be too devastating. I watched a friend's mother go through this, and the millions her husband earned throughout his NFL career was not worth the suffering that came afterward. Politician. Lawyer. Anyone who is professionally trained to pick apart arguments will be a total ass to deal with in arguments, unless you are professionally trained to do the same. My friends who have married lawyers all say that in order to make it work, they've had to stop their spouses and demand that they discuss things like people and not like an adversarial attorney. Of course, this agreement gets thrown out the door once the breakup/divorce happens. Like crack, I suspect the only way to win is to not play at all. ICE agent. Please don't say engineer. Please don't say engineer. To give a not common one, any party-centric person. Be it planner, or even setter-upper. I say this as someone who works as a renter. Our schedules are screwed. Think of when the average person would throw a party. Weekends and holidays, I'm working. If you check my location, I be at people's houses pretty frequently, sometimes multiple weeks in a row, thinking of like a ballroom or a regular event/conference. I could probably check off a bunch of people's dating/getting to know you red flags without even trying.